Welcome back to another episode of Video City TV. My name is Callie, and you are watching the #1 platform where you can discover new artists. And today, I have Malcolm Chester and Rob Earth One. Thank you guys for being on the show.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Malcolm Chester, TSC.
What's up? How y'all doing? Rob Earth One. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. So let's talk about your music. How long have you guys been friends and been doing music together for?
How you want to answer that? Okay. Me and Rob been friends for probably as long as
23 now. So we met in 2013.
Yeah. It was 20.
Damn.
No, it was in 2013.
Yeah, we
it was
were in
2013.
college.
Yeah, 2013.
10 years now.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah.
10-year anniversary, and you're here at Video City.
Yeah.
Hey, we gotta do it crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Celebrate.
It's a big celebration. We had to. I don't know.
Yeah. It's been 10 years.
It's been about 7. It's been about this year. It'll be 8 years since we've been professionally making music, touring music, and doing shows.
Yeah. So we met in college 2013. We really started making music like 2014, 2015. We said let's take this seriously and really form something. So we created the Social Contract. I majored in history. I got my degree in history, and the thing is the Social Contract from Rousseau, the French guy, where the idea is that we create a collective of people with the same interests in mind and the same goals in mind. We help each other reach those goals together. Yeah. So we created a Social Contract. We added.
Is this like music related?
Yeah.
So this is like an accountability music group, basically.
Yeah, we try to make it even more than just music, with any aspect of art. So, he's a visual artist, classically trained. He can do oil paintings. He could probably do anything. He can do charcoal drawings, anything, really.
Yeah, so when we met in school, my major was in studio art, and I also had a minor in digital art because I seen the transition and going into, everything was getting digital. So I focused on graphite, charcoal. I also do murals. I do a lot of murals, painting, acrylic, oil, and also digital. Working on animation. That's my newest skill right now. So, yeah, anything visual arts. That's what I do. I'm kind of in the beginning of our us working together. We started going to Charlotte,
uptown
Epicenter.
Yeah, they call it the Epicenter. He would take his sketchbook. He'll be drawing. I'm a guitarist. I can play guitar, piano. I can play a lot of different instruments. I bring my acoustic out. We'd be playing. He'll be freestyling while he's drawing. I'll start freestyling while I'm playing, and then we draw crowds, and then just build our confidence up to play for live crowds. And that was way before we did our first show. And then maybe a year later, we were doing shows on campus, but it was because they could book us and they didn't have to pay us because we were students, so they would always book us for a lot of shows. But then I was like, it's time to start getting paid for this. So I hit up some venues. I did lie to them at first. I said, yeah, we did hella shows on different campuses. Yeah, we were in college, and they were like, all right, we're gonna let you open for one of the big local artists in Charlotte. His name is Elevator J.
Shout out Elevator J.
Yeah, shout out Elevator J. Shout out Snug Harbor for booking us for our first show. We had all of our friends from campus come out to this show, packed it out, and then after that show they were like, whatever you guys need, just hit us up and we'll work it out. So yeah, we've been good ever since then in Charlotte, as far as shows go. That was 2016, January 15, 2016. That's coming up soon. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, see, 10-year anniversary. I called it.
Yeah.
And we're here celebrating.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's so beautiful. So you guys did a lot, from the visual arts to creating a whole group, a social group when it comes to music. What do you think your biggest lesson is, or what is the greatest lesson that you've learned throughout this journey of being an artist?
The biggest lesson I learned was to just keep creating and keep going no matter what people say, because I'm pretty sure we all know, you're an artist as well, we all know there are going to be people who don't really believe what you're doing. They're going to say, oh, you're doing that, and then you just got to keep it going, and then you have to prove to them that you're really doing what you said you're going to do. And now we're at the point now where people are really seeing everything that we told them we were going to do, and now they're supported now. Now they're 100% supporters.
I say my biggest lesson is very similar. I think that as an artist, when you allow your life circumstances to get ahead of the creation process is when it's a problem. I think if you're a creative, you just gotta continue creating. The biggest lesson is don't use life as a reason to distract you from work, but use it as an inspiration for your work. And then you're always gonna have content. You're always gonna have something to talk about if you're using your life as the inspiration.
Yeah. And now we're at the point where Creating music and writing music is nothing. It really feels like something we could just turn on and off now. Like, we don't sit at a table and go, I can't figure out what to write. We know if we need to write a song, we're gonna go to the studio. We're gonna probably say, hey, let's go to the bar and have a conversation, and then we'll write whatever the conversation's about. We'll come back to the studio, write that song right there, record it. If somebody says, hey, we need a song for this movie we're doing, we want a song for this short film, and they say, hey, Rob, can you write a song about this movie? Here's the concept of the movie. I'm able to sit down and write it, make a beat, and then record it, and then send it back to them. Is this what you wanted? And most of the time they're like, yeah, that's what I wanted. Sometimes they're like, change it a little bit. You have too many curse words in it. Take the curse words out, and you're good. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. I'm feeling like we're the most comfortable we've ever been as artists right now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what happens when you continuously create, no matter what, and not let life circumstances or anybody tell you that you can't or will not. Just keep going, keep creating, because there's always going to be an audience out there for you no matter what, you know? And I've learned that too. I've gotten my hate email because aside from doing music, I teach yoga, and I got my first email a couple years ago, and they were like, oh, I didn't really like your class because da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, well, can you give me constructive criticism? What didn't you like about it? What did you like about it? I was so hurt, but then I realized, it's okay, that person was not for me. And then I met other people, so I love that lesson. Yeah, so it's the new year, and it's your 10-year anniversary. So what is your 2023 music goals?
Okay, that's a great question. So for 2023, you're asking some good questions. So for 2023, you already know I'm working on an album. Should I tell the title of it right now?
Oh my God, yes, exclusively on Video City 10-year anniversary. Let's go. The new name of the album.
So yeah, I'm working on my first solo album since 2020. I only told my close friends this title. It's going to be called Have a Nice Life. It's going to be an album for women. Most of the songs are going to be songs, I make songs and then I send it to my lady friends. I'm like, do you like this song? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, it's going on the album. So it's really for women. If the guys like it, cool. But this is my album I've always wanted to make. It's going to have a lot of R&B, indie pop influence. It's going to have a lot of that in it. So yeah, we might need to collab for that. Okay. For sure. And
wow.
Oh well, last year I dropped a album that was a little different. In the hype of NFTs and stuff, I dropped the physical print of my artwork that had my album on it. So it wasn't an NFT. It kind of works like a physical NFT. However, because of that, a lot of my fan base who hasn't purchased this print hasn't heard this music. So this year I plan on dropping visuals for the songs that was on this project to allow people to have access to the music that I made last year. And I'm also working on some projects for next year, but that's not going to... we still working on that, but I'm gonna be dropping more visuals for the work I made last year, this year. So.
Yeah. Also, I can't really give too many details. I would say this is music related. If we're gonna talk about the movie.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So earlier, it was in August. I was actually selected as a featured extra for a movie that was filming in Charlotte. I'm trying to make sure I don't give details because I had to sign an NDA. But yeah, it's gonna be coming out in theaters in August. It's a comedy movie. It has some famous people in it. I was able to be on set with a couple famous people. I got some close-ups, so you might see my face. If they keep those shots in there, you're gonna see my face in the close-ups. I'll show y'all the close-ups, and I got that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun year. It's gonna be a really fun year.
Yeah, it's
gonna be a big year.
This year's eventful. You've been planning for it all year, or all last year.
Yeah, this is exciting. So much exclusive news, 10-year anniversary. We're here in Video City TV in New York City. Came here last night. They drove out here, y'all. Yep. So now we're here today, and this is Investments by Rob Earth-One and Malcolm Chester.
I do not care if you come with a weapon, but if you gon' step, then you gotta respect me. Flipping my money and making investments intelligent, that's how I know where the check is. So many niggas be saying they ready and better than me, but they never address me. I'm on a plane going back to the city. I'm a fly nigga, they never could catch me. Hey, yeah, never could catch me. DiCaprio, too many niggas be capping. I just fucked her in the back of the cabin. Now she wiping up my nut with a napkin. Always dressed up, but I never be slacking. Yeah, I'm the freshest till I'm in the casket. Cash is the race, who could get it the fastest. You take a break, everybody gon' pass you. Ayy, yeah, setting it straight. So many niggas be getting away. How can a nigga be so down to earth? I came around, they all fell on their face. Give me a paddock, embellish the face. I'm with a baddie that don't gotta waste. She calling me daddy, so I can't complain. Got the do-rag and I'm rocking the chain. Ayy, I just want bitches and hundreds. Yeah, I need them both in abundance. Ayy, she said that she from the Republic. Ayy, tucking the gun like a stomach. Ayy, got it however I want it. I promise you that shit ain't never gonna change. I was fucking with a shorty from Spain. Now she say she wanna tattoo my name. Dang, only in love with the bank. And if it's the Branks, then pull up the truck. I gave her the drink, now she wanna fuck. I'm thinking about me, she talk about us. Damn, I just wanted a slut. I make her pop and do coke off her butt. Nah, I'm just kidding, I'm playing too much. Give me them digits, who paying them up?
Are y'all doing a rap video?
Yeah,
For who?
ourselves. TSC underscore. Yeah, TSC underscore ENT. Y'all from Charlotte too?
We're from Fayetteville. I do not care if you come with a weapon, but if you gon' step it, you gotta respect me. Flipping my money and making investments intelligent, that's how I know where the check is. So many niggas be saying they ready and better than me, but they never address me. I'm on the plane going back to the city. I'm a fly nigga, they never could catch me. I do not care if you come with a weapon, but if you gon' step it, you gotta respect me. Flipping my money and making investments intelligent, that's how I know where the check is. So many niggas be saying they ready and better than me, but they never address me. I'm on the plane going back to the city. I'm a fly nigga, they never could catch me.
Really, I'm just stepping back in the ville. I was off on a tangent, they don't understand it. Shots I get hit in response to the bars, they thinking they us. Damn, not again on the clock. Once again, it was not just pretend. All the work that I give is a payment. I don't turn water to wine though. Look how the drip level raising. That's on the vine like a grape, damn. That's on the vine like an app, bruv. Niggas on the front, that's cool. I'll be on the side like a condiment. Nigga catch up, cause homie, we up. Our shit bump like heads. White ones, black ones, you choose, dog. Take no break shit, that's so fake. Can't subscribe to the shit in YouTube ball, but missed y'all shot. I just watch, don't miss no op. We hop on that track, so bop shit. We so on like patches, stop shit. We too clean, don't get mopped in this hole. Don't gotta be a fan, cause you not gonna blow. You can take it how you like, they recite what we wrote. We too clicked up, you are not coming close, nigga, down.
I do not care if you come with a weapon, but if you gon' step it, you gotta respect me. Flipping my money and making investments intelligent, that's how I know where the check is. So many niggas be saying they ready and better than me, but they never address me. I'm on the plane going back to the city. I'm a fly nigga, they never can catch me. I do not care if you come with a weapon, but if you gon' step it, you gotta respect me. Flipping my money and making investments intelligent, that's how I know where the check is. So many niggas be saying they ready and better than me, but they never address me. I'm on the plane going back to the city. I'm a fly nigga, they never can catch me.
Welcome back to another episode of Video City TV, the #1 platform where we discover new artists. And today I have the beautiful Serrin with me. Thank you for being on the show, girl.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, girl. She went through a lot. She just came from the airport straight to the wherever you're staying.
Yeah, I'm staying with, shout out to my friend Michael. He's on Michael Jackson on Broadway right now. I'm staying at his spot. Thank you.
Yeah, and now we're here today.
Yes.
Nice. So originally from Ohio, moved to New York for 2 years, and now you're in Atlanta. Why Atlanta? Why not in New York?
You know, New York has such an amazing vibe, but New York is very expensive.
Cold?
It's very cold. Let's talk about that. It's very cold and it's very expensive. So in Atlanta, I have not only my family, but there's so many different opportunities, music-wise. And I've been getting into the film industry as well, too. So it's just a lot of different things that I can try out in Atlanta. So
How long have you been in Atlanta now?
a little over a year, but I grew up going there every summer to see my family. So it's kind of like my second home next to Akron, which is where I'm from originally.
Okay, so dipping into the acting world now. Okay, are you modeling too? Because, girl.
Thank you. I have just been building a portfolio. I actually took some pictures for fun wearing a Savage X Fenty outfit, and Fenty retweeted it.
Okay.
Yeah, last year, which was really cool. So after that, I kind of just started building that portfolio. So I've just been, working my way around.
All around artist, and it opens just from doing music first and finding your passion for music.
For sure. I'm the oldest of 5. My parents are, musicians themselves, my father is in the gospel music industry. He is over the men's division of the Gospel Music Workshop of America. His name is Walter Scretchings. And my mother is a classical pianist. She was in the Miss America pageant twice.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so they raised me, and I'm the oldest of 5.
Yeah.
And my siblings, Walter, Lynette, Lydia, and Sophia, and we all sing, we all play instruments.
Wow.
And so we grew up just, with that appreciation for music always.
Wow, it's in the blood.
Blood, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so when did you discover your voice?
It's something that I've always done. I've always been like the one child in the choir where there's all adults and then me.
Yeah.
And so, it starts off, you're in the school choirs and you're doing plays. And then one day it kind of just hit me like, oh, wow, I really want to do this. I really want to be an artist. And in 2020, I started putting songs out. And my first 4 months of releasing music, I had 6,000 listeners a month on Spotify.
Wow.
With no promotion.
Wow.
And it was just natural.
You got to tell me, because you said it just hit you and you were like, okay, this is what I want to start doing. What was going through your head? When did it hit you? What triggered that?
Yeah, so it was probably when I was like 15 years old.
Okay.
I remember it was a whole long week of, I don't want to say a vision, but I kind of just kept seeing like this. It was a vision, I guess you could say that. And it was myself, and I was singing for all these people. I didn't know what I was singing. I just knew it was my song. And I saw the crowd interacting with me, and I kept seeing this image in my head. And so growing up, we had a studio in our house. So I went downstairs, and I started working on YouTube covers, and I would post those on my YouTube. The kids around my school would, pass the videos around, and it kind of just grew from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
A natural, too. What was your favorite cover song that you like to sing a lot?
I think the first song I ever did a cover to in high school was Until the End of Time, Justin Timberlake and Beyonce. That was the first one I posted on YouTube. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
So now that you're dipping into all of these aspects of your artistry, which one do you feel the most gravitated towards?
Always music. Music is always going to be my first love. But the film industry is really, really cool. And you make a lot of connections through there. So, yeah. That stuff will come to light later. But, yeah.
Girl, you are glowing. Your aura is just like shining. Yeah.
I try to always stay positive, and I try to just make everything fun, even while we're at work. I try to be a very personable person.
No, that's good, because you create your own experiences in life anyway,
Yeah.
If you're having a bad day, then that's on you. That's your
Right.
fault. So, what kind of mindset do you have, or how do you train yourself to think and be that way? Because I feel like this is something that a lot of people need to work on.
Well, I personally spend a lot of time by myself. When I first was in Atlanta, I was making a lot of different moves by myself. I was pulling up to open mics. I was hitting about 6 to 8 a week after I would get off my shift. I was a tour guide at first, so I worked with kids. And so after I would get off work, I would hit these different shows. And in hitting these shows by myself, I'm having conversations with everyone around me. Just trying to get to know new people because I didn't know anybody. So I feel like the more time I spend by myself and how empowering it can be to go out and, have experiences by yourself, you get more comfortable with yourself. And you find out, okay, I'm aware that I'm feeling this way right now, but I also am aware of, how I could feel if I just turn this frown upside down and, just stick through it. So, yeah.
I do learn a lot from solitude.
Yeah, self-solitude, you gain a lot of just, confidence within yourself and just, yeah.
That's so beautiful. Oh my God, I'm so excited to have Serrin here. So is Serrin your real name?
It is. Serrin is my real name.
I was saying serendipity, and you were like, yes, that's what they call me.
That's how I describe it to people, like serendipity, serenade, Aaron with an S, Sharon with no H, Serrin.
That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Nice. Okay, so since we're like in New Year, in 2023, what is the biggest takeaway you had from 2022?
Wow. That's a big question in itself. I think the biggest takeaway that I had from 2022 was what we just talked about, learning the power of self-solitude, because I was in a new spot, and Last year came with a lot of lessons. I was offered my first label opportunity, and I learned a lot in that.
Did you take it?
No.
Why not?
I didn't take it because, not to bash the label. I feel like they're really dope people, but I feel like I was worth more than what they were offering me.
Snap, snap, snap. I just got to snap to that because, like, some people would, like, jump on it right away. But because of your solitude and your own reflection, you were like...
I'm like, I know what I'm capable of, and I
Yes.
know what I deserve because I know what I give myself. And so, yeah.
Wow.
So I think that was the biggest takeaway I had from last year was learning the power of self-solitude.
Wow. That's beautiful. And I see so many amazing things happening for you. I'm super excited that we get to have you on Video City TV first.
I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be here.
So I also heard that you were the first American Idol contestant for your hometown in Ohio.
Yes.
How was that, and what was that like?
It was so unexpected. It happened throughout the course of the pandemic. I was 18 years old when I went on the show. And at the time, I was also auditioning for The Voice and Making the Band at the same time. And yeah, all the shows had reached out to me. And I remember telling myself, I was like, I'm going to book one of these shows. I'm claiming one of these shows. And I'm like, God, whatever you have for me, let it be for me. And American Idol was the pick. And yeah, it was a cool experience. I met a lot of people when I was out in Hollywood. And of course, I got to meet, Katy Perry and Lionel Richie and Luke Bryan. And that was cool in itself because of the legacy that the show has. And so,
Serrin made it to Hollywood on American Idol.
3 yeses and a golden ticket, and it's plastic remember.
Oh my God, look at that. Manifestation, all in the works when you believe in yourself and you put yourself out there. That is so beautiful.
And my mom, she put me through this American Idol boot camp training. Yeah, since she was in the Miss America pageant, she gave me 3 weeks, 3 weeks of waking up 6:30 in the morning. We're working out. I'm reading up on New York Times so I know what's going on as far as politics is concerned. I'm rehearsing 3 times a day, 1 voice, 1 keys, 1 together. And we did that every day. I had mock interviews. She was like, yeah.
American Idol boot camp. Beauty passion.
Right. If you want to, make the little remix, shout out to Mom.
Oh my God. We got to show them. We got to show them this video of you singing. Do you want to introduce it for us?
Oh, yes. So this was the cover of me singing My All. I was going through a lot at this time, and it was really a release for me. So this was a challenge that was going on this page called They Have the Range, and I saw it, and I was like, let me just, put myself in there. And that's how I got here, because Video City TV actually saw it and reached out to me. So this is that video.
Check it out. Enjoy.
I give my heart to hell just for one night with you. I risk my life to feel your burning night in mine, 'cause I can't go on living in the memory of a song I own for your love tonight. Give my heart.
We are at the Producers Club. I'm here with Video City TV, the #1 platform where you can discover new artists, and I'm here with RIZR. We rising.
What up? What up, everybody? Thank you for having me, man.
Yo, why is your name RIZR? I asked you this before, but let's tell the world why and who you are.
Okay, so RIZR actually comes from my last name. I'm not gonna say it right now, but I just took letters from my last name and it just fit. I felt like I wanted to represent my background, my family, and also I wanted to send a positive message. So, rising, we gotta rise up.
Nice. Okay, so RIZR is like a man of all trades. He does so much. Because, all in, the music world, but, he DJs, he produces music, and, you rap, too. Do you sing? Do I know if you sing?
I don't know if I consider myself a rapper, but, yeah, I do sing. Originally, I started as a singer. Well, technically, yes, I did try to rap in high school, and that failed. So I turned to singing, and I was in a rock band for a while. And I noticed that since I was producing the music for the hip hop group that I was in before, and also when I was producing for the band, I just felt like, you know what, I should probably take production seriously.
Yeah.
And then from there, I just became a full-time producer.
Wow. You look like a producer. The glasses, the yellow glasses, and everything. And he does like all genres. Like you look at him, and it's like, what genre does he do?
Am I that mysterious?
Yeah, like Swiss Beats type vibes, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm excited to have you here. I have so many questions for you. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, can it be personal or can it be about music stuff?
Let's do a bit of both. Let's do a
Okay.
mixture of both.
All right. So how long have you been in this musical journey for?
I professionally started in 2010, but I count like the first 5 years. I started 2005. I really started learning about what sampling was, listening to oldies, you know, going back into like my dad's record collection and just kind of like sampling stuff, understanding like the technical side.
Yeah.
But really since 2010 is when I first started.
So like does music, you mentioned your dad had like records. Does music come from like your family? Like do your family have a background of it? That's why you're so influenced in it?
I think so. I mean, I haven't gotten to know like much of my musical family members too much. But for my Dominicans out there, if you know the group Fulanitos, actually there's a family member that was the bassist from, you know, he was like in the group. So that was like, I guess, influential to find out that somebody that large in the Dominican and Spaniard society was like, you know, doing something like that. So I was like, you know what, if someone in my family could do it, I could try it out as well.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it until I reached like my 20s and 30s. I was thinking about like, where does this influence come from? And I really dug deep into like my history, and it was already there, you know.
So when did you get into music? And you were like, okay, this is something that I actually want to explore and try.
So I would say 98 when my dad gave me a cassette tape recorder.
Okay.
So my dad used to just record sounds and conversations and stuff. I mean, he was mostly into like, I guess, what they would call now podcasts. But back then it was just listening to the radio. So he used to record it, and he handed me a tape recorder, and I used to record all the songs on TV, all the songs on the radio. And then that really piqued my interest to understand audio and music and how is it made, and that's where I really started. So 1998.
That's where the DJ in you comes out of.
I think so. Yeah.
Just playing it.
I was recording music, pressing fast forward, rewind, and then when Home Alone came out, I don't know if anyone is a Home Alone fan, but I had the Talk Boy, and it allowed you to slow down your voice and sound like weird and creepy, or fast forward sound like a chipmunk. So that's where I started experimenting with sounds. Yeah.
So you've been in the game for a really long time.
Kind of.
What is something that you like took away from being in the game?
A lot. I think really the first thing is how to treat people in the industry, which I think is key to building who you are as a person. Building relationships with people is the same as meeting anyone, doing anything in life. So I think that that's my key takeaway in being in the industry for as long as I have, and just realizing that it's not just all about being professional, being a career motivated person, but treating people like people, you know. So I think that that's my key takeaway. I know that might fly over a lot of people's heads, but I guarantee you that if you treat people the right way, you're gonna go far in this industry.
That's the lesson. Treat people how you want to be treated. Oof, there's something in my face.